be flying to Las Vegas. Big events coming up. There's Power Slap. There's the Professional Fighters League. There's UFC 300. There's our live radio show from the Apex. There's the Scorpion concert. So a lot of things upcoming. What is this idiot doing now?
What are you talking about?
What are you doing?
I'm gonna do a wardrobe change. It's standard in the industry. You can't just wear the same outfit in every segment. It looks like you didn't have a designer.
Okay, Alice.
Oh, God. So I'm back.
Valspar going on.
Look at my shirt.
The Arnold Palmer Invitational was last week. What?
The U.S. Pizza Team and the Pizza Expo is going on right now in Vegas today.
Yeah, but you have nothing to do with it.
I do. Look at the shirt. Look at the signatures. No, like autographs are collectible. You know, if you don't put your like store name or number on it, you know, like baseball players, Johnny Damon, who'll probably be there tonight with Wade Boggs at the event I'm going to, they sign and they put the number so you can look them up later. Like, oh, that's who that was. So you should put like Pizza Hut number, store number 1065. You know, that way we know which person signed my original. Do you want to read my shirt, Randy?
No.
But the question is, Pizza Acrobatics is a real competition. It's on ESPN, Ochos, you know, the 8 channel.
What?
And the question is, are Pizza Acrobatics real athletes?
What the hell are you talking about?
So they do competitive acrobatics. They spin the pizza dough. They get on the ground. They do it between the legs. They light it on fire. The hockey handcuffs on, lights it with lighter fluid, and spins pizza dough on flames above his head. They do amazing feats of like Michael Jackson routines, and they choreograph it, and they do these amazing flow movements. So the question is, are Pizza Acrobatics professional athletes?
I almost hate to answer it because I'm leaning towards yes. You know, because I'm sure there's some cardio in that, you know, flipping the pizza that you can't do. I've seen you drop more pizza than you've made.
Yeah, because my hands are dirty.
Right. So yeah, I would probably, you know, think that some form of athleticism.
So what about pizza acrobatics as a hobby for you? Like, what if that can help you lose weight? You can just
speaking of which,
dough.
I got a pizza oven for you, so you need to come get that.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I'm done with pizza.
Nah, we're just getting started.
No, I'm done with it.
Hey, LL Cool J had a song, Don't Call It a Comeback.
Don't call it snap.
Was that him?
No, yeah, I've been here for real. I think so.
So, but don't call it a comeback. Pizza might be on the menu.
You know what the LL stands for?
Ladies love Cool James.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't think you would know that.
You know what the MM stands for in McClellan?
Mickey Mouse?
No,
Mickey.
no.
All right, so this weekend, have you looked at the card for this weekend?
I haven't. You got me so distracted in the first hour, I haven't done any research.
Because you enjoyed talking about transgenders?
Not talking about transgender, but I think it's important. I mean, I think it's a conversation.
Yeah, it was a conversation. It was a good one.
I
And I'm still conflicted.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Because in a world of equality, where if it's supposed to be equal for everyone, equal training facilities, equal financial stability, equal gender, equal rights, equal everything, you have to have that conversation. If that's the goal eventually, is that everyone is equal, right? Equality is unilateral against the world. If that's the goal of all this, right, to not, because the alpha male is looked down upon in our society now, like the Sean Stricklands and that alpha male dominant, chauvinistic, like women belongs in a kitchen, a gun in every home. That mindset is dying. That's a trait, a behavior pattern that's not accepted now.
All right, thanks for bringing up Sean Strickland, because it reminded me about the Francis Ngannou, Chael Sonnen, almost fist-a-fight in the parking lot. So I guess they got confronted.
Okay.
You know, they both squared up against each other. And, you know, Chael's thinking, you know, I'm not backing down. And Chael, as he tells the story, you know, brought up that his dad and said, you know, don't ever let anybody get close to you. And if you remember the very famous Chael Vanderlei Silva, you know, when they were on The Ultimate Fighter and Vanderlei starts to get close and Chael goes, I can't let you get close to me. And that's when he kind of grabbed him and, you know, the cheap sucker punch from one of Vanderlei's teammates. So the story goes, and I think it was Chael that I saw saying it, they were getting ready to fight. And Chael's thinking, I fought Jon Jones. Francis didn't want to fight Jon Jones. This may not end well, but I'm not backing down. And then Chael noticed his son was there. And he kind of said something to Francis about, not now, we'll do this later. And Francis saw what he was talking about, and he said, yeah, cool. And they all turned and went their own way.
Yep.
Wow.
And Chael said, I respected him so much for that. I was ready to fight him.
Right.
But, because of my son, if we need to do it, we'll do it, but not in front of my son. And Chael's like, I saw a different side of Francis.
Wow.
So.
Well, I mean, we saw that at the press conference with Eddie Alvarez and Mike Perry after the fight, and Eddie's daughter was really upset that her dad got beat up and he was hurt and visible damage. And Mike took his sunglasses down and goes, look, he got me too. Your daddy got me. He's a tough guy. He's going to be great. And when you talk about combat sports, the trash talking is what sells tickets. The trash talking is what creates commotion and attention. But at the end of the day,
which is unfortunate because that wasn't back in the day. You didn't
Correct.
need to do all that back in the day.
But for Mike Perry, a guy who did all the antics and did all this to shock value things to build his name, and now look at him. I mean, he's a professional, and he's a father, and he's a family man, and he's a completely different persona than what got him into the sport, and that's evolution. I mean, we all have to evolve.
Well, but you're right, and not to correct you, but I do it a lot. That is Mike Perry. Just nobody ever saw that side of Mike Perry. They would see the hardness, they would see the brash, the street stuff. They didn't see, I mean, we've told the story how we first met, and he came to basically kick my ass and blah, 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 blah. And super guy. Speaking of which, press conference today at 6 o'clock Pacific, 9 o'clock Eastern on Knucklemania 4. And I'm not talking negative because you're going to say I'm talking negative, but are you really excited about this?
I think Thiago Alves, I think his time has passed.
He's a friend of mine.
He hasn't been active in years. Well, last time we saw him was in Daytona in one of the early BKFC fights. I don't think he's active. He's more of a coach now. He became more of a mentor. I mean, we know that role of, we're no longer the star.
Or at least you do.
On us. Yeah, at least the D knows what it's like to be in my spotlight.
I'll be shining.
I love this guy. But I think I'm not excited about it. No, I mean, even though the Mundell fight is not have the star power because Mundell doesn't have the big fan base or doesn't do the antics.
But neither does Thiago.
But he's the belt holder. I think it should be Mundell versus Eddie or against Mike, just because it does mean something. You have a champion who is the undisputed world champion, and you have Mike Perry, who's the king of violence. He should fight for that belt.
Have you ever seen a champion with a belt that's not undisputed? They always say undisputed, but there's always people that say, well, I could beat him, so it's disputed, right?
Yeah.
But they're the champ.
Right.
I mean, the champ is always the champ, and I know you say the other stuff that's wrong.
Well, yeah, because a loser will keep going when they're winning, right? So it's not until you get broken and beaten is to see what your character's made of. Like, do you stand back up? Rocky says, like, it's not how hard you get hit, it's like that you get back up, right? So
it's not how many times you get knocked down.
Okay, yeah, same principle. But that's a great way to look at being a champion. Like, a loser will keep going when they're winning. They have nothing to lose.
No, I think when we reach a peak, naturally we want those valleys. So we want to see how far we can go before we fall, or if we will fall, and we will keep gambling with that level. I mean, we eventually got to get to the valley. But
you think people are really that forward with it? You think they're really pushing themselves, testing what they're really capable of?
I don't think it's something that they do like consciously. It's nature. Like Phil Heath, for example, or any champion, consecutive champion. I keep winning. Boom, let me do it again. I keep winning. I ain't tired. I keep winning.
Before we run out of time, we got about 30 seconds. How do people get in touch with you? How do they reach out to you?
All right, you guys can go to www.swollennerd.com, and you can also follow at swollen_nerd at IG and TikTok. You can follow me at Damar Hampton on YouTube and Swollen Nerd on YouTube as well. Follow our podcast, The Plebes, and the Spiral Podcast.
Do you still have to say www?
Yeah.
Have we moved on?
No, we haven't. All right, top of the hour. When we return, we're headed back out to Las Vegas for Carl the Truth Williams, and the Animal will be here in about 10 minutes.